Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Akakadash. All right, double honors to the apostle, elders, great most, love you well, peace, blessing to you, elect to Israel. Shalom, and above all, back here with another through spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Lord willing, this video was edifying. All right, and pretty much, I want to go into how, we want to yield our members rather to the use of edification, man. Okay, pretty much, we want to use in particular, our speech, our tongue for the use of edification. We got to watch what we're saying out here, especially when we're doing our lessons, okay, doing the work of the Lord, because you don't want to just be spewing out anything out of your mouth, because, if you slip and you say something wrong, and it goes unchecked or uncorrected, then, that could be potential blood on your hands, because, you could teach a fellow member of the flock the wrong way, And, of course, the scriptures say the simple believeth every word, but a prudent man looketh well to his going. So the balance is, that fellow member of the flock should fact check it for himself. Scripture say 1 Thessalonians 5:21, prove all things. So, you want to, and the scripture also say the way of the prudent is to understand his way, roughly paraphrasing. So you also want to seek understanding and, fact check, what I'm saying? Not that you don't believe, but you want to verify, man, because, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes, man. But the point being what? You want to make sure that you prove it for your own self, okay? Like they say, trust but verify, okay? But at the same time, you still got to be careful of what you're teaching, brothers, because you don't want to have no unnecessary blood on your hands, man. Because this truth is a big deal. And the scriptures say how we're supposed to rightly divide the word of truth, okay? I think also in the book of Sirach, it says, I will declare thy knowledge exactly, all right, and shoot forth doctrine in weight, roughly paraphrasing. So pretty much, you're supposed to declare the knowledge of the Lord exactly. You're supposed to rightly divide the truth. So, we just got to watch what we're saying, okay? And we shouldn't be just spewing out anything, man. Use our members for edification. If you have something to say, let it be edifying. Let it be done for the use of edifying. Don't just be, trying to babble, okay? Now, of course, every now and then in the flesh, you might have moments like that, but we got to minimize that, because the scriptures say every idle word man shall speak, shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. So you got to really watch what you say, because, the scriptures say it's better to slip upon the pavement than to slip with the tongue, man. And scriptures also say many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not as many have been fallen by the tongue, man. So if you say the wrong stuff, man, that could get you killed. All right, whether with man or Yahweh Bashmel shot, So you just gotta, we gotta watch how we're moving out here, man. We gotta be circumspect in all things, man. Fearing the Lord in all things, because we don't want the judgment to come upon us. We want to obtain salvation. All right, this is 1 Peter. And actually, it's funny because this lesson was sparked through the spirit from Elder Apostle Rakha, Elder Yashawamba, and the Elder Mayaka Allah out in the GMS Dallas. Okay, and the apostle, I remember the apostle said, everything that we say should be scriptural based, man. Okay, we should be speaking things that are scripturally based. And this is 1 Peter 4:11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh Bashmel Shai. If any man minister, let him do it as the ability which Yahweh Bashmel Shai giveth, that Yahweh Bashmel Shai in all things, or that the Most High Yahweh may in all things may be glorified through Yahweh Shemashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Right. So if we're speaking, that's what we're supposed to be speaking. The oracles of Yahweh Bashmel Shai. Now, of course, you have to also know your circumstances. If you're at work or whatever, you obviously move with wisdom. Cast not thy pearls before the swine. Scripture also say, rebuke not a fool, okay? Because he will despise the wisdom from your lips, roughly paraphrasing. You know, so you, of course, if you're at work or if you're around people who are in the world, you might not chop it up with them about the truth. But then again, you're not gonna co-sign any type of wickedness they're saying either, man. You know, and everything is done through wisdom. Certain things are circumstantial, so certain things you might just give them the head nod, like, yep, yep. You know what I'm saying? Just to get them about the way, but in your spirit, you know, you don't want to be co-signing that shit, man. Okay, but even then, out of your mouth too, you want to watch what you say, because, you know, you could possibly give off the wrong impression, you know. But like I said, everything's circumstantial. Some things are done in wisdom, man. You know, this is 1 Corinthians 14:12. It says, even so, ye, for as much as ye are zealous of spiritual gifts, seek that ye may excel to the edifying of the church, man. Right. So that's what we should be seeking after. You know, when we're speaking, we should be seeking after edification, man. You know, having spiritual gifts are great. Okay. But we have to also make sure that we're seeking to edify. All right. That we may excel at it, you know. This is 2 Corinthians 13:10. Therefore I write these things, being absent, lest being present I should use sharpness, according to the power which the Lord hath given me to edification and not to destruction. Right. And this is Apostle Paul talking about how, you know, he wrote those letters, okay, for what? For edification, man, not for destruction. So that's how we should be, you know, talking around the flock, man, for edification, man. Okay. This is Ephesians 4:29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth. All right. And that corrupt communication can represent false doctrines. You know what I'm saying? Things of that sort. Okay. It's not talking about, you know, you cursing or you saying, you know, quote unquote, bad word. Okay. That's not really what that's talking about. It's talking about the corruption of doctrine, you know, saying something that's corrupt. You know, like if you say something that's against the scriptures or profane, that's corrupt communication, man. That's why Yahushua said, it's not that which goes into a man that defiles a man, it's that which comes out of a man which defiles a man. You know, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh, roughly paraphrasing. So the stuff that's on your mind, you know, a lot of times that's what you're gonna say. Okay? Now, of course, you don't say everything that's on your mind, because some things are just like thoughts that you just need to rebuke, you know, or not even give energy to. Okay, but you know, most of the time, what's really in your heart is gonna come out. It's gonna be spoken out of your mouth. That's why the scriptures say, "Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are come forth the issues of life." Roughly paraphrasing. Scriptures also say the power of life and death is in the tongue, man. You know, so you gotta watch what you're thinking, what you say, because you know the spirit will manifest it, whether it be good or bad. So you got to be careful, man. Got to be careful. And at the end of the day, everything's the Lord's will. You know, we don't really run the show, okay? But, you know, still you want to have that mindfulness, man, okay? This is Ephesians 4:29. Read it again. It says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers, man. Right, so that's how you should be speaking. Like that's what you should be looking after when you have a conversation with someone. It should be for edification. You know what I'm saying? It should be to, you know, not anything corrupt, no false doctrine. You don't want to be, you know, speaking nothing like that, man. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you know, we gotta watch how we deal, man. We must watch how we deal in this truth. Okay? We have to be circumspect in all things. This is Romans 15:2. Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification. Right. So that's what we should be seeking after. Seeking to edify, man. You know. And the word edify means to build. All right. In the Hebrew, bana, which it means to build, man. So we should be speaking to build up our people. And just because you might rebuke somebody doesn't mean that's not building a person up, man. You know, rebuke is a form of correction, which if you apply that rebuke, then you will be built up. Okay, you know, advice, so on and so forth, man. Counsel, you know, That's what we should be seeking after, man. That's what we should be speaking. We shouldn't be speaking folly or foolish talking or jesting or, just any of that other stuff, man. You know what I mean? Now, of course, sometimes you might joke around and shit, but even that got to come to a certain cap. Okay? Because at the end of the day, man, you just got to watch how you move, because you could put a stumbling block in somebody's way, and that could bring judgment upon you. And depending on how grievous it is, what you say could get you put to death, man. All right? That's facts. Okay? This is Ecclesiastes or Sirach 1:29. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Right? Okay? So don't just, and that's another thing too. Don't just be giving lip service. You ought to apply what you're telling other people. You ought to apply it yourself. Okay? So don't be a hypocrite. Okay? Because yes, it's good to be edifying the church, but are you taking heed to that edification? That's also important. But it also said what? Take good heed what thou speakest. So you have to watch what you say, man. You have to watch what you say. And even when, your anger is built up, your excitement is built up, or whatever the case might be, your emotions might be running, you got to watch what you speak out there, man. Okay? Take good heed what thou speakest, man. This is James 1:26. If any man among you seem to be religious, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain. Right? Okay? So you got to bridle your tongue. You got to rule your spirit. You got to watch what you say. The scriptures say how the tongue is a little member, but it can kindle a great fire, man. Your tongue can get you in or out of situations. The scriptures speak about how grievous words stir up anger, but a soft answer turneth away wrath. Roughly paraphrasing. So there's another scripture that says you can either quench a fire by spitting on it, or you can make it grow by blowing on it, right? And it's kind of like with a sage. If you got a sage and you blow on it, it's going to make it burn more. It's going to make it smoke more, right? But if you got if you spit on that sage, or you pour water on it, but in this case we're talking about the mouth, then that it'll put it out. So your mouth has the ability to create a fire or to put one out, man. Depending on the words Yahweh Shai puts in your spirit to speak. Okay? So we just have to, pray to Yahweh Shai to keep us disciplined over our mouth. Matter of fact, a bunch of times in the book of Sirach, it tells you about the discipline of the mouth, man. Because that's a big thing, man. The things that you say hold weight. Okay? Words have a vibration to them, man. Words, they have a vibration to them, man. So you have to watch what you say, whether it be right or wrong. Okay? This is Ecclesiastes 23 and verse 1. O Lord, Father and Governor of all my whole life, lead me not to their counsels, and let me not fall by them. Who will set scourges over my thoughts, and the discipline of wisdom over mine heart? Right, that's what you should have. You should have the discipline of wisdom over your thoughts and your speech, man. Okay, that they spare me not from mine ignorances, and it pass not by my sins. Right, you want that to be checked. You don't want your ignorances to be spared. That way you can receive that correction, man. Okay. Now at the same time, you don't want to get judged. You know what I'm saying, with that harsh judgment, but to get that correction is a different story. Because these brains, man, this body, sure say how the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked, man. So you have to understand this flesh is desperately wicked. So you have to have the discipline of the wisdom Yahweh Shai upon you, man. That way you don't go off and follow after your own heart. The scripture say he that trusteth in his own heart is a fool. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. But it's verse 3. Lest mine ignorances increase and my sins abound to my destruction. Right. and I fall before mine adversaries, and mine enemy rejoice over me, whose hope is far from thy mercy. That's it. So we don't want that, man. Okay? We don't want that. We want to maintain discipline. When you maintain the discipline of Yahweh Shemashai, it gives you the one-up over your enemies, man. Okay? But the moment you start going off, that hedge will be revealed, will be taken away, okay, or broken up, so to speak, and that gives your enemies an opportunity to poke at you, so to speak, man. This is Sirach Ecclesiastes 23:4. O Lord, Father and power of my life, give me not a proud look, but turn away from thy servants always a haughty mind. And that's another thing too. You don't want to have a proud look, and the scriptures also say what? Sin not by proud speech. So that's another thing. You gotta watch what you say, man. You gotta watch what you say. Sin not by proud speech. You know, because scriptures say how pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and pride is the beginning of sin. You know, from when one departed from his maker, roughly paraphrasing now. You know? Salakia, verse 5, it says, turn away from me vain hopes and concupiscence, and thou shalt hold him up that is always desirous to serve thee. Right? And it says, verse 6, let not the greediness of the belly nor the lust of the flesh take hold of me, and give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind. Right? Verse 7, hear, O ye the children, the discipline of the mouth. He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips. That's it. Okay? It says, the sinner shall be left in his foolishness. Both the evil speaker and the proud shall fall thereby. That's it, man. So you got to watch what you say. You know? And this chapter goes into, what you say, your speech, so on and so forth, man. Okay? But you gotta really pay attention to that, man. Because that is a big deal. Going back to James 1:26, if any man among you seem to be religious, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain. Pure religion and undefiled before Yahweh Shemashai, or before the Most High and the Father, is this: to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. And how do you do that? By applying this truth. Okay? Psalms 39:1. Okay, to the chief musician, even to Jeduthun, a psalm of David, I said, I will take heed to my ways, that I sin not with my tongue. Right? Okay? So you got to watch what you say. It's very important, man. Okay? I will keep my mouth with a bridle. There you go. That goes to show you that what? The Old Testament and the New Testament line up together, man. Okay? The Old Testament and the New Testament, they line up together. And it says, I will keep my mouth with a bridle while the wicked is before me. Okay? Yeah. And that also can apply to, you not, like the time when the Lord's going to shut his men up. There's going to come a time where the men of the Lord aren't going to speak. They're not going to be a reprover, but they're going to be dumb. Okay, like even when the scriptures say, cast not your pearls before swine. That already is a small scale of the famine of the word, man. But there's going to come a big time of the famine of the word. And that's why it's important to listen to the words of Yahweh Shemashai now. And, to access these words now before it's too late. Okay, because, one day Esau, he's going to shut down all the videos, man. And try to do away with the streaming platforms with the men of the Lord. Okay? Just like how back then in the past, Esau would burn the books, man. Burn the scriptures. All right? But Yahweh Shemashai's word prevails throughout all generations. This is Ephesians 5:4. It says, neither filthiness nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. Right? So that's what we should be speaking out of our mouth, man. Okay? Things that have to do with the giving of the thanks of Yahweh Shemashai, which has a lot to do with edification, man. But you don't want to have foolish talking, man. Okay? Which is not convenient. Colossians 3:8, it says, but now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth, right? So you're supposed to put that off, man. And filthy communication also has a lot to do with what? The teaching the wrong thing, okay? Teaching false doctrines, all right? This is, yep, so that's the point. You know, I just wanted to bring that out through the Spirit. Yahweh Shem Shai Ra. This video was edifying. We want to yield our members to the use of edifying, man. That's how, you know, we should be focusing on, man, edifying the church, okay? If you're going to say something, you know, let it be edifying, man. You know, take a moment to think about what you're going to say, you know, and then you say it. You don't just blurt out whatever out of your mouth, man, okay? Because Yahweh Shem Shai is not dealing with that, man. The scriptures speak about with patience you give answer. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick, Lord willing. Don't just, and the scriptures also say, keep thy foot when thou comest to the house of the Most High. You know, let thy words be few and be not hasty or rash to utter anything out of your mouth. Don't be so quick to speak, man. Okay, a lot of people are just so quick to react and to speak, you know. But you got to watch what you say. Okay, because, you know, you just want to be quick to shoot off something or be rebuttalist or, you know, rebuttal, you know, that could get you in trouble, man. Okay, this is a Sirach Ecclesiastes 5:11. It says, be swift to hear and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth. Honor and shame is in talk, and the tongue of man is his fall. That's it, man. That's it. So, you know, I just wanted to bring that out through the Spirit. Yahweh Shem Shai Ra. This video was edifying, man. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai Ra, man. All right. Double honors to the apostle of this great most never well. Peace, blessed to you like to Israel, man. All right. Honor and shame is in talk. All right. So your tongue could be your fall if you don't keep your mouth with a bridle, man. All right. And it really all starts with disciplining your thoughts, because the shit that you think about will be the stuff that you end up saying, man. You know? So, hey, Lord wills, video is edifying. Shalom. Bye-bye.